Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, September 19th, 2017. Just want to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here, and thank you very much for your patience while I was away on vacation last week. I went to Lake Placid, New York. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful area. I loved it. I want to go back as soon as I can. Anyway, with that, let's get into today's video. Regular viewers well know that I always start these videos off with a look at the Russell Index. And for that, I use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. So we've been keeping an eye on this wedge pattern that's been taking place on the Russell really since the beginning of the year. And here is where we are right here, right now. So this purple line is our more short-term area of support resistance. The orange is medium, marking the area. It's just a rough area at the bottom of this wedge. And the blue line is more long-term support resistance. So we're not too concerned with that area right now. We're just focusing right here. Worth noting, the candle for the month of July was a doji up here at this area of resistance. August had some, it was a red candle with a long wick, so defending our area of support down here. And so far for the month of September, pretty bullish looking candle. I'm going to pull it into the smaller time frame. Let's go 1 year weekly, get a better look. So here's that purple line. It's just my rough area of more short-term support. And here's where we are right here, right now. So to me, in the way I look at things, we're getting into an area that may offer some resistance because we're starting to get up to this prior swing high. So I want to be extra cautious in this area. Now keep in mind, these are the weekly candles, but price strength is still there. So although I'm being cautious, I have to do what the market tells me to do. And if it wants to go higher, then higher it is. So I'm going to move it away from the 1 year weekly to the 6 month daily. Again, these are the same lines of support resistance. You can see that prior swing high. I've had this black line drawn in, oh my gosh, since way back here. It's amazing to me that it just comes up, kisses it, respects that area, and sells off. So up in this area here, you want to be extra careful for sure because we could easily get a reversal and perhaps a lower low, or it can go a lot higher, but just you want to be aware of the lay of the land overall. But with price on the Russell up and over this blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, which we use as our guide, when price on the Russell is trading up and over the 8-day EMA, we are adding new names to our watch list, so I'm going to add a new name this morning. And so the new name I'm adding to my watch list this morning is Energy Transfer Equity. It's a limited partnership company. Ticker symbol ETE, trades on the New York Stock Exchange. For those of you that want to know a little bit more about what they do, this is from the ETF channel. You can go and take a look yourself. But with that, let's get into the scores. If you're familiar with Chart of the Day Cafe, for me it is all about value first and growth. So ETE has a really nice high value score and a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 14%. The third thing I look for, I can't always get, it's not a must like value and growth, but in this case it is there, is a dividend yield. ETE has a whopping dividend yield of 6.46%. Love that. So with that, let's get into the chart. We're looking at the 5-year monthly chart. I love this area of consolidation that I'm seeing here on this chart. So again, these are monthly candles. You can see that overall it's been in an uptrend on the 2-year chart, so from the beginning of 2016, and is just trading in a sideways manner, kind of consolidating. To me, in my way of thinking, should the markets go higher with those scores and that dividend, I don't see why ETE wouldn't have a little bit of a breakout here and go higher. It's all about what the overall markets want to do, though. So I'm going to move it away from the 5-year monthly chart to the 2-year weekly. And here we are. So there's that low in 2016 and the beautiful price action since then. and this area of consolidation that, to me, in my way of thinking, looks kind of interesting in this area. So I'm going to move it away from the 2-year weekly to the 9-month daily. And this is what I like to see. So I can put in a little area of support resistance here. And I can say anything up and over this area, this orange line. And for me, it's all about price being up and over this blue 8-day EMA. I want to see a 3 and 8 EMA cross and price going higher this way. So this chart, those scores look really good to me here in this area. Along with our new watch list pick, we also like to take a look at the sector that it's in. And for that, I'm looking at XLE, which is the ETF for the energy sector. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. You can see that on the 2-year overall uptrend, this is a rough area of support. It dipped a little bit below, but it is now up and over my black line and showing strength on the weekly chart. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the monthly so you can better see. So price strength in this sector overall. I also like to look at seasonality, and for that I go to equityclock.com, which is a terrific site. Really like it a lot. So we're looking at the seasonal chart for ETE, and you can see that it starts to come into seasonal favor right about this time of year, and usually has that strength in the back half. No guarantee that happens again this year, but always nice to know. I also like to check out articles to see if I can find supportive articles for my stock pick. And this is from Business Insider. Oops, sorry, let me get that in the screen if I can. UBS, here are the top 10 stocks that are set to explode higher. This is dated May 12th, 2017. I'll include a link to this article in the show notes for today's video, but needless to say, ETE is on that list of top 10. Also like to take a look and see if I can find any insider buying. And let me see if I can find that. There were some insider buys earlier this year. I will include this article as well. And so to summarize, let's go back and check the boxes. I started today's video with a look at the Russell Index, which we use as our proxy for the markets overall. We note that the IWM is in an uptrend overall, and price is currently up and over the 8-day EMA on the daily chart. Having said that, we may be coming into an area of price resistance and that prior swing high, so worth noting that for sure. We looked at the ETF XLE for the energy sector. It looks like it may be making a bottoming pattern. We'll see in the days ahead. We looked at the chart for ETE. We started with the 5-year monthly chart, but we noted on the 2-year since 2016 it's been trending higher, consolidating, and may be in an area of possible, emphasis on possible, price strength continuation. It's got a great value score. These two are highlighted because they're absolute musts for me. It's got a great value score. It's got a good growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate of 14%. Dividend yield of 6.46%. That's a wow number. That's a really nice high dividend. I don't have this box checked because I don't have my trigger yet, which is a 3 and 8 EMA daily cross on the daily candle. Seasonality, we looked at equity clock, and we can see that seasonal favor is coming into strength here for ETE. We noted insider buying earlier this year. It's got analyst support, and it looks as though their earnings will be on November 8th. As a reminder, these videos go out every Tuesday and Thursday morning. If you like receiving them, please go to our YouTube homepage and subscribe to our channel. If you hit the videos list, you'll see an extensive library of past videos. A lot of them work out very well. I do a ton of homework. Happy to share it with you. With that, I'll leave you. Our next video goes out on Thursday. Have a great next couple of days.